All right, I would like to call the school board meeting for Tuesday, October 4th, 2022 for the Des Moines Public Schools to order. Ms. Rios, would you please take the roll?
Yes, Ms. Alonso Diaz.
See, yes, yes, here.
Ms. Bradley.
Here.
Ms. Caldwell Johnson.
Here.
Ms. Knox.
Here.
Ms. Martirana.
Here.
Ms. Norris.
Here.
Ms. Sawyer.
Here.
Before we begin our first item of business, I would like to do a check-in with everyone to see how you're doing, how your day's been going. We will spend about 10 minutes doing that check-in. I will turn it over to my board colleagues.
I'm happy to be here.
I would say I feel a little anxious just based on other things in my life that are coming about, but this is a great opportunity for me to center. So I appreciate sitting at the table with everyone.
Glad to be here. I'm really looking forward to our work sessions. We have some big things ahead, and I'm just really ready to dig in and get things moving. So appreciative of everyone's time and great to see everyone as well.
Exactly what Ms. Terry Caldwell Johnson said.
You can go, Jana. I'm just happy today. I'm just good to see everybody. Yeah, happy.
Echo what everyone said, but I also am still kind of smiling from the football game on Friday night. The North Roosevelt football game was awesome. It was just like the best energy. It was a great game. And it felt so good. So shout out to both schools and North for their amazing job hosting. It was also super cool to see the halftime and with their incredible band and with the middle schoolers playing with the Harding band students out on the field with the North High students and like, I don't know. I guess I haven't watched halftime in a long time, but they had some Beyonce going. They had Lizzo. I mean, it was so fun. It was just such a great energy. And then I also saw on Facebook, so shout out to North's activities for making me proud. But I also wanted to say that they competed at the Simpson Storm debate tournament over the weekend as well and did amazing. So just feeling really proud of all that's happening at that school and of DMPS as a whole that evening.
Well, I'm feeling everyone's happiness this evening. I see there are definitely a lot of smiles at the table this evening, which always feels good when we've got really a lot of work ahead of us. So very grateful for everyone. I'm laughing at myself because one side of my cheek's a little bit more swollen, but we're going to have fun with that. Anyway, I can, but yeah, I had to go to the dentist this morning, so I'm still feeling that little pain. So I'll try to be present with you all despite some of that pain. But glad to be with you all and glad that you are happy to be here as we go into our work. So I will start with the first item of business is approval of the agenda. But before I do that, I would like to amend the agenda and pull and table consent item C6 to a subsequent meeting while the board reviews feedback from legal on guardrails 1 and 3. Since monitoring reports for these two guardrails were scheduled for today and October 18th, the calendar is already impacted for this year, and potential adjustments made to the guardrails could impact scheduling further out as well. Even though this monitoring calendar is being pulled and tabled, we will plan to continue to receive our other reports according to the draft schedule, and then I will be sharing some more about what the board can expect from me during my chair's report. May I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
So move as amended.
We have a motion by Ms. Caldwell Johnson and a second by Ms. Martirano. Board members, please cast your votes. The vote is approved, 7-0. Next on the agenda is public forum. We provide speakers at the forum An opportunity to address the board for up to 3 minutes regarding items that are not on the board agenda. If anyone wishes to speak to this forum, please email rosa.rios@dmschools.org. Speakers will be called individually, and we ask that they please state their name and address prior to providing comments. Students and minors do not have to provide their address. Guests of the board are encouraged to speak to matters relating to the programs, services, and operations of DMPS. Please remember that Iowa law prohibits us from discussing specific employees or their job performance. Please avoid references to personalities or character attacks, as those types of comments do not contribute to the purpose for which this public forum exists. Thank you for your support of our school district. We appreciate your input. As a reminder to the board and public, this public forum is not a time for board engagement and discussion, as it is our obligation to discuss only matters posted in the public agenda for the sake of transparency and opportunity afforded to all community stakeholders. Matters requiring attention will receive appropriate staff and our board follow-up at a time after the meeting. Ms. Rios, do we have any speakers this evening?
We do not.
Next on our agenda are consent items. We allow any person the opportunity to speak for up to 5 minutes following the presentation of an agenda item. If anyone wishes to speak to an agenda item, please email rosa.rios@dmschools.org. Remarks must be germane to the agenda, and we ask that you avoid reference to personalities and character attacks, as those types of comments serve no productive purpose. We appreciate your input. As a reminder to the board and public, the board will not engage in discussion or deliberation with the speaker regarding comments made to agenda items. Discussion and/or deliberation will remain among board members at the board table, with speakers' comments informing said discussion, deliberation, and determinations is deemed necessary. Ms. Rios, do we have any speakers this evening?
No, we do not.
Ms. Sawyer, I believe you have the consent motion.
I do. I move that the board approve the consent items in accordance with the recommended action for each item on the consent agenda, including bills previously authorized, certified, and approved for payment by the board secretary in the amount of $16,312,969.13.
Is there a second?
Nora, second.
We have a motion by Ms. Sawyer and a second by Ms. Norris. Is there any discussion or questions? Board members, please cast your votes. The consent items are approved 7-0. Next on the agenda, we have other items. First item is D1, request to the School Budget Review Committee for modified allowable growth for the LEP Limited English Proficiency Fiscal Year 2023. Interim Superintendent Smith, would you please introduce the matter?
I recommend the board approve the request to the School Budget Review Committee for modified allowable growth in the amount of $700,000 for FY 2023. Due to the limited English program, allowed costs were higher than foundation aid and LEP revenues received for LEP students in FY 2022.
May I have a motion and a second?
Caldwell Johnson, move approval.
Sawyer, second.
We have a motion by Ms. Caldwell Johnson and a second by Ms. Sawyer. Any discussion or questions? Board members, please cast your votes. The vote is approved 7-0. Next on the agenda are items of privilege. Are there any board members that have anything to share this evening?
I think I just want to add one thing to what Ms. Knox said. It was really also great to see the Des Moines Police Department out there supporting and ensuring that everybody was safe, and a great time was had by all. So that was really important to see them there and to be able to say thanks to them for being present.
I think this is the first board meeting that we've had since one run, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was 2 weeks ago, the 24th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
this
think
is the
this is the
first one.
first board meeting that we've had, yeah, because we did have the retreat. And we are going to invite Kristen Arnold to come to a subsequent board meeting to do a full report of the total amount raised. As everyone knows, based on the number of participants, which this year was over 1,000, we take the full amount that was donated, divide that by the number of participants and come up with the amount per participant then that goes back to each of our schools. So Kristen and her team are running those calculations, but I think we raised a little over $30,000 for one run, and all of that will go back to the participating schools. It was a great morning. The weather couldn't have been better. Energy was high, and we've determined already that we've outgrown the botanical gardens, and we're going to be looking for a new venue for next year. But don't want to steal Kristen's thunder, but really wanted to just underscore what a great event it was, and additional details to follow. Jenna, anything you want to add?
Voting, yes, I vote to continue. No, get this off. No, we did a recap meeting. The foundation board did a recap meeting, so I think that's why I was a little thrown off. And I said that I walked into the one run sort of like, okay, and I left a believer because it is an outstanding morning. Just want to say thank you to all of the board and community members who planned an exceptional event. And thank you to all of the DMPS families, students, and teachers who came out and made a success out of the morning. It just felt so good and can't wait for next year. So make sure that you are there to see it, to believe it. That's what I would say.
I would like to say it is very, it just makes me feel so good. There is another celebration at Roosevelt this Friday, I believe, for Latino Heritage Month. And it just makes me proud to be in this district. So again, I want to say thank you to all the teachers, the staff that are working to make this happen. That takes a lot of work. And, you could just go about and do something simple, but when you go all out, that means something. And that's being intentional, lifting up culture, sense of belonging for kids, for youth, for families, and just for ways that people can get involved. That's amazing. So, excelente trabajo. Excellent work. And thank you. Gracias.
I also wanted to just provide you a quick update to what to expect moving forward with the guardrails. October 18th, we'll have a work session, and I'll bring some proposed language to the board, but I also will make sure that you have that proposed language ahead of time. So just wanted to let you know what to expect from me concerning the guardrails, and then we'll have a work session again on October 18th for guardrail 1 and 3. Interim Superintendent Smith, I will turn it over to you for the superintendent's report.
Yeah, I've got just a celebration and recognition with the Des Moines Parks and Rec. They're a long-standing partner with us, and they offer just an amazing partnership all across our district and serving thousands of students in their programming and their family supports. And so the Des Moines Parks and Recreation is the winner of the 2022 National Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management. So they're the National Gold Medal Award winners. That's amazing. So congratulations to Ben Page and their staff and their team. What an incredible partner they are.
Well, I always love saying this, I don't get to say it too often at 15 minutes after we started our meeting. But thank you for joining us this evening. We greatly appreciate you all. This meeting is adjourned at 5:45 p.m. The board will take a very brief break, or do you want to just go right on into it? Okay, we'll go right into our work session this evening.